Hello friends, welcome back to Adami Education. Today we are live again with our solving 2020 maths question paper. Yesterday, no, we could not do the live yesterday due to some reasons. Day before yesterday we were solving the section A of 2020 ICSE question paper of mathematics, and before I could finish it off, the last question, there was a technical glitch and I couldn't complete it, so I'm going to continue with that today. And one more problem which happened in the previous session is that I made a small mistake in the inequation question, although I also added a pinned comment. But still, for students who haven't seen it, or who will see it later on, maybe you can just check it out. What was the mistake which I made? The answer of the inequation was x was greater than -5 and x was less than or equal to 2. It should be 2, not 1. Alright, so the diagram will also be a little different. The graph will be, or the line will be like this. It will be extended till 2, not till 1. So this will become 2. So I hope it is clear now. So this was the mistake. So now let's begin with the question where we left last day. It was a question related to GST. So what has been said out here? Mr. Bedi visits the market and buys the following articles: medicines costing rupees 950, GST at the rate 5%, a pair of shoes costing rupees 3000, GST at the rate 18%, a laptop bag costing 1000 with a discount of 30% and GST of 18%. So we have to calculate the total amount of GST he paid and also the total amount he had to pay in the bill. Very easy question. Out here it has not been said about interstate or intrastate transactions, so we are just considering we are just going to consider the GST percentage, nothing else. So first of all, let us make a table for this. It will become easy to solve that way. So medicine, shoes and laptop bag. So the cost price was, for the medicines it was 950, for the shoes it was 3000, and for the laptop bag it was 1000. The GST percentage is given: 5% for the medicines, 18% for the pair of shoes, and 18% again for the laptop bag. Now also there was a discount given on the laptop bag which was 30%. So this is our question. We have to first of all find the GST and then we also have to find the total bill. Now for the medicine, how much GST he has to pay? 5%, right? But 5% of what? Of the CP. So 5% of 950 rupees. So let's find out. So 5 by 100 into 950. So it'll get cancelled out. So if you solve it, you are going to get 47.5. So this is the GST on the medicines. Sorry, this is the GST on the medicines. All right. So how much amount he has to pay in all for the medicines? The CP, the cost price of the medicines, plus the GST, isn't it? Because we know GST is a type of tax which is paid to the government. It is the extra amount we have to pay along with the actual cost of the product. So his amount for the medicines will be equal to 950 plus 47.5 rupees. So let us do it. So for the medicines, total cost will be rupees 950 plus 47.5. So if you solve it, you will get 997.5 rupees. So this is the total cost which he has to pay for the medicines only. In the same way, we are going to find the total cost for the shoes and also for the laptop bag. But for the laptop bag, we also have to consider the discount first and then solve it. So now let us find the values for the shoes. So for the shoes, the GST rate is 18%. So the GST will be equal to 18% of 3000. That means 18 by 100 into 3000. So from here we are getting rupees 540. This is the GST only. Now if he buys it, he will have to pay a larger amount compared to the cost price, which will be equal to cost price plus GST. He has to pay the GST along with the cost price. So the total cost will be, just like we did previously, the same thing. Total cost will be, the initial CP was 3000 and his GST amount was 540. So our final amount will become 3540. This amount of money he will have to pay for the shoes. This will be the amount which will be reflected on his bill. Bill always includes the total amount, which includes the GST too. Now next, for the laptop bag. Now for the laptop bag there is a discount, so we are going to first find out the discount. So the discount is 30%. Discount or GST or whatever percentage we use, like profit percent, loss percent, etc., all of it is always done on the CP. I guess you know that from your previous knowledge. So this discount will also be acting on this cost price itself. So what will be the amount after discount, or we can also say the discounted price? Discount means the amount which he has to pay will be decreased. So initially the cost was 1000 rupees, but from that 30% discount has been given. That means 30 by 100 into 1000. This amount he has to pay now. So it will be 700 rupees. So 700 is the price which he has to pay, excluding the GST. Here we haven't considered the GST yet. Now we are going to include the GST too. This is the amount right after the discount. Now if the GST is 18%, how much amount will he have to pay? Let's see. Total cost will be equal to, wait, first of all let's find the GST amount. That will be much better. Let us do it step by step. So the GST was given as 18%. So 18 by 100 into 700. Why are we taking 700? Because this is the amount after discount. We are not going to take 1000. 1000 was the initial cost, but he has also got a discount of 30%, isn't it? So we are going to take the amount which we have got after applying the discount. So it is 700. So over here we are getting 126. 18 into 7, 126. So this is the GST which he has to pay for the laptop bag. I hope it is clear. Now using this GST, now we are going to find the total amount which he has to pay for the laptop bag. So let's do it. So total cost will be equal to rupees 700 plus rupees 126, which is the GST. So we are getting rupees 826. So this amount of money he has to pay for the laptop bag. So we have individually found out the GSTs for each item. We also have found out the total cost which he had to pay for each item. Now we are going to solve our question. Basically we are just going to add up the values and write the answer. So let's do it. I am erasing the table now. We are done with it. Alright. So first question is, you have to find the total amount of GST which he has paid. So we are going to add all the GSTs for each individual item. For the medicines it was rupees 47.5. For the pair of shoes it was 540, and for the laptop bag it was 126. So if you add up all these values, you will get the total GST which he has paid, which will sum up to rupees 713.5. So you can just add it up and you will get this answer. Now for the next question, we have to find the total bill amount. That means the total cost which he has to pay for all the items together after including the GST. So we found out that for the medicine it was 997.5. For the shoes it was 3540, and for the laptop bag it was 826. So if you add up all these values, you will get the final answer as rupees 5363.5 rupees. So this is the amount of money that he'll have to pay for all the items together including the GST. This is the amount which will be reflected in his bill. So I hope this question is also clear to you. Very easy question. You don't have to think much and you are going to get 4 marks for solving this. Very simple one. Now let's move on to section B. In section B, the question number 5, each and every part of that question is not a part of the syllabus for this year's board examination, so I have skipped it. So we are going to start with question number 6. It is a question of matrix, very easy one. So let's see how to do it. So over here you have a matrix A 3 0 5 1 and B as minus 4 2 1 0. You have to find the value of the expression A square minus 2AB plus B square. So let's do it. Individually it not just saves time but it also looks cleaner. So A square first. Let us find A square. 3 0 5 1 into the same thing again 3 0 5 1. Okay, so we will get in this manner 15 plus 5 and 0 plus 1. So we are getting our A square as 9021. This is A square. Similarly, we are going to find AB now. So AB is 3051 into minus 4210. Okay, so let's multiply it. Minus 12 plus 0, 6 plus 0, minus 20 plus 1 and 10 plus 0. So this is AB. Let us find out the value. Minus 12, 6, minus 19 and 10. So we have found out A square and AB. Let us also find B square now. So minus 4210 multiplied with minus 4210. Alright, so we are getting 16 plus 2 minus 8 plus 0 minus 4 plus 0 and 2 plus 0. So if you solve it, you are getting 18 minus 8 minus 4 and 2. So we have found out all the required components of this expression. Now we can simply put it in the equation and get the values. So let us do it. So A square we got as 9021. Then we have a minus 2 here, and AB we got as minus 12, 6, minus 19 and 10, and B square we got B square as 18, minus 8, minus 4 and 2. Okay, so let's solve it. So first of all we have to multiply 2 with this matrix and we are going to keep everything as it is. So 9021 plus, or you can just keep the minus sign outside and you can just multiply the 2 inside. That will be better. So you're getting minus 24, 12, minus 38 and 20 plus 18 minus 8 minus 4 2. So we are getting till here. Now we can simply take it under a single matrix and then we can solve it. So we are getting somewhat like this. 9 plus 24 plus 18. This is the first element of the matrix. Minus into minus will become plus, so plus 24, and then we have we have plus 18 out here. That is what I have written. Then we have 0 minus 12 minus 8. This is the second element. Similarly, the third and the fourth element is also taken into consideration, plus 2. Okay. So now if you solve it, you're getting the answer as 51. This will be minus 20. Then you will have 54 and minus 17. So this is the answer of your expression A square minus 2AB plus B square. So I hope this is clear to you. So very easy one, very easy question. Let us move on to the next question. Question number B. This is a question from the chapter Similarity. In this question there were 3 subparts, but the third subpart is not a part of the syllabus anymore for this session at least, so I have not included it. In the given figure, AB is equal to 9 centimeter, PA is equal to 7.5 centimeter, and PC is equal to 5 centimeter. Chords AD and BC intersect each other at point P. As you can see in the figure, it's quite clear. You have to prove that the triangle PAB, okay, and PCD, they are similar to one another. The symbol has not been given in the question. It should be similar. They are similar. We have to prove that, and we also have to find the length of CD accordingly. Okay, a very easy one. So we know one thing, that for proving similarity, we always have to consider two angles, because AA is the criterion for that. So one angle is quite clear out here, that this angle and this angle will be equal because they are vertically opposite angles. So let us write in triangle PAB and triangle PCD. This is our question number 1. We see that angle BPA is equal to angle DPC. The reason is vertically opposite angle. Don't write VOA. Write the entire sentence. Write the entire sentence. Yes, vertically opposite angles. To write that. Similarly, now let us find some other angle which is equal, so that we can prove similarity. Otherwise, we cannot. Let's see. Just consider these two angles. Angle ABC and angle ADC. They are equal to one another. Why? Because you can see out here that AC is the arc which is subtending both these angles at the circumference, and whenever we know that whenever an arc subtends an angle at the circumference, whenever an arc subtends two or more angles at the circumference, they will be equal, right? So AC is the arc which is subtending these angles on the circumference, so these angles are also equal. You could also have taken these two angles into consideration, angle BAD and angle BCD, because they are subtended by the arc BD. Either you can do, because you require just two angles for understanding similarity. So one angle we have already considered. Now out of the angles which I have mentioned in red and blue, you can consider any, both will be correct. So I am considering angle ABC and ADC. So I'll directly write angle ABC is equal to angle ADC. In the bracket you have to write as a reason that angle subtended by the same arc. Alright. So after doing this, since we have got two angles which are equal correspondingly, we can definitely write that these two triangles are similar. So triangle PAB is similar to triangle PCD by the criterion of AA, angle. So I hope this similarity thing is clear to you. Now we will move on to finding the length of the unknown length. We have to find the length of the unknown side rather. Okay, let's do it then. So before you write the proportionality relations for similar triangles, always make sure that you're drawing the two triangles separately in your copy. It becomes much more easier, such that both the triangles look similar. One will be a little larger, one will be a little smaller, and the corresponding angles which were found to be equal, they will be written on the same side. Like for example, we saw that this angle was equal to this angle, so I will use the topmost vertex to write this particular angle. So for both of them it is P. So I'm just writing P right now. Next we saw that this angle, angle B and angle D were equal, which we just saw now. So if I'm writing angle B on the left hand side of my first triangle, I will write angle D on the left hand side of my smaller triangle. In this way it becomes very easy to find out the proportionality relations. Okay. Similarly, there was another angle which is left. So A and C. So these are our two similar triangles, and now we can very easily write the proportionality relation and solve it. So from the figure which we have drawn, this one, it is quite clear that the proportionality relation will be as such: PA by PC, this one by this one, equals to PB by PD, this one by this one, and that is equal to BA by DC. So making the diagram makes it very easy to identify the corresponding sides which will be proportional to one another. Okay, so now which two sides have been given to us? We have PA given to us, we have PC given to us, and we have to find the value of, we also have AB given to us. Okay, we have to find CD. This is what you have to find. So we can skip this part. We just have to use this two. So PA by PC is equal to BA by DC. So our PA is given as 7.5, PC is given as 5, BA is given as 9. So we have to find DC. So very simple, you can just cancel it with 5. So 1.5 you're getting. So the value of DC comes up to 6 centimeter. If you solve it, you're going to get 6 centimeter as DC. So very simple question, and it will give you 2 marks because there were 2 questions, and you can easily fetch these marks for yourself. I hope this question is also clear. Alright, then let's move on to the next question. This is a question from the chapter Heights and Distances. We are given some information about a cliff tower, and we have been asked to find the height of the cliff and also the distance between the cliff and the tower. Okay. So from the top of a cliff, the angle of depression of the top and bottom of a tower are observed to be 45-degree and 60-degree respectively. Alright, let us make the cliff. This is the cliff and this is the tower. Why have I made the tower to be a straight line? Because we have been said that the angle of depression of the top and of the bottom. So definitely we have to draw a top and a bottom of the tower. That's why I have made a straight line for the tower. But if the height of the tower was not given, or if this top and bottom thing was not given, I could have taken the tower to be a point object. Okay, so let us make the diagram accordingly. This is the distance between the cliff and the tower. My cliff is denoted as AB and my tower is denoted as PQ. Or rather, let me write it as CD itself. CD. Okay. So from the top of this cliff, that means from point A, the angle of depression of the top of a tower is 45-degree. That means this particular angle, the angle of depression will be 45-degree, and the angle of depression of the bottom of the tower, that means till point D, it will be 60-degree. So the way which I do these questions is that I consider that there is also a person sitting at point C and at point D, and he or she is observing the top of the cliff. So whatever angle of elevation the people at point C and D will have, the same angle of depression will be seen by a person on A. So I'm going to do that. You can follow either way. There is also a mechanism called using the parallel line theory, where you're considering the angle of depression. In this case, initially it was 45-degree. So if you draw a straight line as such, this will also be 45-degree. And for the bottom of the tower, it was 60-degree. So according to the diagram, this will also be 60-degree. So I don't generally follow this, and I consider that there is a person standing at C and at D who is observing the top of the cliff. So you can follow whatever you feel like doing. Both will be correct. Okay, so let me make a line which will be joining C with the cliff. Let me name it as E. So the angle of elevation from this point will be 45, because the angle of depression for the top of the tower was 45, and for the bottom of a tower it was 60. So our diagram will be somewhat like this. I hope it is clear. So now it also has been said that the height of the tower is 20 meter. That means this height is 20. So according to the figure, we can very easily say that CD and EB will be equal. So if CD is 20, EB will also be 20. I hope this is clear to you. And also from the figure, again it is quite evident that EC and BD are equal to one another. Basically ECDB is a rectangle. So you don't have to prove anything out here. You can directly write that from the figure CD is equal to EB and EC is equal to BD. You can directly write that. Okay, then let us find the question. Let us find things that they have asked in the question. Let me take the remaining part of the cliff to be X. So again, over here we have two triangles, two right angle triangles. So let us first consider in triangle AEC. In triangle AEC, what do we see? That tan 45-degree is equal to height by base, AE by EC. So tan 45-degree is 1, and the value of AE we have taken as X. So from here we get that the value of EC is equal to X. So EC is also equal to X, and as a result, which the relation which we just saw regarding EC and BD, this will also be x. BD is also x. So I hope this much is clear to you. We just considered the relation for the triangle AEC. Now we are going to use the same relation for the triangle ABD. So let us do it. So for the triangle ABD, what do we find? Tan 60 degree is equal to height by base, that means AB by BD. So tan 60 degree is root 3, AB is x plus 20 and BD is x. So from here we directly get that root 3x is equal to x plus 20. So if you solve it, you will get root over 3x minus x is equal to 20. So x will be equal to 20 divided by root 3 minus 1. I guess it is clear till here. So again, we are not going to solve this and make it complicated. We are going to simply rationalize it. It makes equations much more easier. So 3 plus 1, we are getting 20 into root 3 has a value of 1.732. So 1.732 plus 1 will give you 2.732. So this is 2.732. And in the denominator, we have a minus b into a plus b. That means a square minus b square. So we are left with 2. So we are getting 10 into 2.732. So we have 27.32 meter. So this is 27.32 meter. This is the second question which has been asked to us. The distance between the cliff and the tower. We have done it initially. It's not an issue. We can just erase this one which we have written and just keep it like this. Later on we can finally write the answer by using our question number. That is more than enough. So the distance between the cliff and the tower is 27.32 meter. So let me mention this in the figure so that it becomes a little easier to understand. 27.32. This is also 27.32 because this was also x. Now what is the question? We have to find the height of the cliff. That means we have to find AB. We have AE as 27.32 and we have EB as 20. So what will be the total height of the tower? We have to simply add it up. So 27.32 plus 20. So we are getting the answer as 47.32 meter. So this is the height of the cliff. Now after finding out the values which they have asked, we will simply put question number 1 and write the answer, and question number 2 and we will just write the answer, because we have already done all the calculations earlier. So I hope this question is clear to you. Whenever we have questions related to heights and distances, the first and the foremost thing that you have to do, and basically the only thing that you have to do, is make a proper diagram. As soon as the diagram is correct, you can very easily find out whatever values they will ask, because it's just a matter of using trigonometric ratios. So I hope this question is also clear to you. Let's move on to the next question. This is a question from the chapter straight lines. Before we do this question, let me give you a quick recap that whenever we consider two parallel lines, their slopes will be equal to one another. M1 is equal to M2. This is for two parallel lines. And if we have two perpendicular lines, then the relation between their slopes will be M1 into M2 will be equal to minus 1. This is for perpendicular lines and this is for parallel lines. So both of these relations we are going to use in our question. So let's see how to solve it. Okay then. Find the value of P if the lines 5x minus 3y plus 2 is equal to 0 and 6x minus 5y plus 7 equals to 0 are perpendicular to one another. So first of all, we have to use these equations to find the slope of the respective lines, and then we have to find out the value of P accordingly. Okay, so let us consider the first line. 5x minus 3y plus 2 is equal to 0. So we have to bring any line in the form of y equals to mx plus c, so that if we compare, we can get the value of m, which is actually the slope. So 3y will be equal to 5x plus 2. So y will be equal to 5 by 3x plus 2 by 3. So now if you compare this equation with this equation, you can very easily see that m is equal to 5 by 3. So since this is the slope of the first equation, I am denoting it as m1. Similarly, let me find out the slope for the second equation. So 6x minus py plus 7 equals to 0. So py is equal to 6x plus 7. So y will be equal to 6 by px plus 7 by p. So from here, if you compare this equation with this equation once again, you are getting the value of m to be 6 by p. So I am going to write m2 because this is the slope of the second equation. So I hope it is clear till here. These are the two slopes which we have to work with now. So now we have just seen that for two perpendicular lines, m1 into m2 will be equal to minus 1. So our m1 in this case is 5 by 3. So 5 by 3 into 6 by p will be equal to minus 1. So if you solve it, you're going to get the value of p as minus 10. The value of p is minus 10. Alright. So this is the value of p which they have asked. This is the first part of the question. We have found out the value of p. Now using this p, first of all, we are going to find the equation of this line. And then we have to find the equation of another line which is passing through this point and it is parallel to this line. So let us do it. So we got the value of p as minus 10. So this equation becomes 6x plus 10y plus 7 equals to 0. So I have put the value of p in this equation and we are getting this particular thing. Now let us find the slope of this equation because the equation of the line which we want to find has the slope equal to this line. They are parallel to one another, which we have been said. So 10y will be equal to minus 6x minus 7. From here y will be equal to minus 6 by 10 minus 7 by 10 x over here. So we are getting minus 2 by 5, sorry, minus 3 by 5 x minus 7 by 10. This is our equation. So if we compare it with y equals to mx plus c, we see that m is equal to minus 3 by 5. Since this equation and the equation which we have to calculate, they have the same slope because they are parallel to one another, we can directly write that the equation is y minus y1 equals to m into x minus x1. I hope you know that for finding the equation of a line which has a single coordinate given to you and the slope is also given, you have to use this particular formula. So let us find out y minus y1. Our y1 is minus 1. So y plus 1 is equal to our m is 3 minus 3 by 5. So minus 3 by 5 into x minus x1. Our x1 is minus 2. So we are getting x plus 2. So let's solve it. I'm going to take this 5 to this side. Whenever you have a fractional slope, always take the denominator to the other side. It makes it a little easier. Don't start multiplying this 3 by 5 with x plus 2. Don't do it. So we are going to multiply 5 with the left hand side. So we will have 5y plus 5 is equal to minus 3x minus 6. So we can write it as 3x plus 5y plus 11 equals to 0. If you solve it, you are getting this answer. This is the equation of the required line. So I hope this question is also clear to you. Next, let's move on to another question. Question number B. So over here we have been said that we have to use the properties of proportion to find x is to y from the given expression. Always remember, whenever you are asked to find out any value or any proving by using the properties of proportion, you always have to use componendo and dividendo. Okay. So over here also we are going to use componendo and dividendo. So let us write using componendo and dividendo. Please in your copy write the entire thing. You will have a practice because you cannot write this and expect that you will get full marks. Write the entire term. By using componendo and dividendo, what are we getting? X square plus 2x plus 2x plus 4 divided by x square plus 2x minus 2x minus 4 is equal to the same thing will be done in the right hand side also. Y square plus 3y plus 3y plus 9 divided by y square plus 3y minus 3y minus 9. So I guess you know that in componendo and dividendo, if we have like this, that a by b is equal to c by d, we have to do a plus b by a minus b is equal to c plus d divided by c minus d. So the same thing I have done here. So let's solve it further. So this and this gets cancelled out. So we are left with x square plus 4x plus 4 divided by x square minus 4 equals to y square plus 6y plus 9 divided by y square minus 9. So in both the numerator and denominator of both the sides, we have some identities. Out here, a plus b whole square. In the denominator, a square minus b square. Over here also, a plus b whole square. And this one is a square minus b square. So let us do it accordingly. So the numerator will be x plus 2 whole square. Because if you expand x plus 2 whole square, you are going to get the exact same value. And in the denominator you have x square minus 4, that means a square minus b square. So a plus b, that is x plus 2, into a minus b, that is x minus 2, equals to, over here we will have y plus 3 whole square, and in the denominator you have y plus 3 into y minus 3. So I hope it is clear till here. Very simple calculations we have done. From the expansion we have compressed it into identities. Now again there will be certain calculations. We can cancel it out. So we are having x plus 2 by x minus 2. It is right, x plus 2 divided by x minus 2. And on this side we have y plus 3 divided by y minus 3. So either you can cross multiply and find out x by y, which was asked, or you can also apply componendo and dividendo once again, so that it becomes much more simpler. So I am going to use componendo and dividendo because they have asked us to use the properties of proportion. So let's use componendo and dividendo once again on this expression. So using componendo and dividendo, we have x plus 2 plus x minus 2 divided by x plus 2 minus x plus 2 is equal to y plus 3 plus y minus 3 divided by y plus 3 minus y plus 3. So we will have certain cancellations out here too. Okay. So we are left with 2x by 4 is equal to 2y by 6. So 2 and 2 gets cancelled out. 2, 3. So your x by y is equal to 2 by 3, or you can also write that x is to y is equal to 2 is to 3. This is the answer. This is the ratio which they have asked. So I hope this question is also clear to you. It's a very simple question of using properties of proportion. Now let's move on to the last question for today's session. This is a question related to the properties of circle. So let us do this question. So here we have been given a figure such that there are two tangents TP and TQ. TP and TQ are the tangents to this circle, and this circle has a center O which is touching A and C. So OA and OC are the radius of the circle. Also OB is another radius of the circle. Now it has been given to us that BCQ is 55 degree. BCQ, this is 55 degree. And it has also been said that angle BAP, this is 60 degree. Our first question is that we have to find the value of OBA, that means this angle, and OBC, okay, this one. These two angles we are going to find. So let's see, very easy question. We know one thing, that whenever a radius and a tangent intersect each other, they will always intersect one another at 90 degree. So OA is the radius and TP is the tangent where OA is touching it. So we know that they will be perpendicular to one another. So we can say that OA and TP are perpendicular. This entire angle OAP is 90 degree. So let us write angle OAP is equal to 90 degree. The reason will be that radius is always perpendicular to the tangent. So if the entire angle is 90 degree and a part of it is 60 degree, we can very easily find out the value of OAB, isn't it? So what will be the value of angle OAB? Angle OAB will be equal to 90 degree minus 60 degree, that is 30 degree. So the value of angle OAB is 30 degree. Now if you consider the triangle OBA, in triangle OBA, both OA and OB are the radius, that means they are equal. So as a result, if angle OAB is 30 degree, angle OBA will also be 30 degree. The reason is that opposite angles of an equilateral triangle, isn't it? Because triangle OBA is an isosceles triangle. I'm sorry, it's not equilateral, it is isosceles. We have seen that triangle OBA is an isosceles triangle because OB and OA are equal. So obviously the angles which is present opposite to these sides, they will also be equal to one another. So if angle OAB is 30 degree, obviously angle OBA will also be 30 degree. So we have to write angle OBA is equal to angle OAB is equal to 30 degree. You can directly write isosceles triangle property. Or you can also write that angle opposite to equal sides of the triangle OBA. You can write either, both of them will be correct. So this angle is 30 degree. Now we have to also find the value of the angle OBC. Let us do it in the same manner. So let me just erase a few things, otherwise it will be difficult for you to understand. Okay. Again we see that OC is the radius and TQ is the tangent. So the angle made between them will be 90 degree. That means the angle OCQ will be 90 degree. So what will be the value of angle OCB? Again we have to subtract 90 degree and 55 degree, just like the previous case. So we are going to get 35 degree in this case, isn't it? So the value of angle OCB is 35 degree. As a result, the value of angle OBC will also be 35 degree because OB and OC are the radius, and as a result the triangle OBC is an isosceles triangle. So in an isosceles triangle, the opposite angles which are opposite to the equal sides, they are equal. So the angle OBC is also 35 degree. You are going to write it in the same way like we just did. I am not writing it for you. Please do it yourself. So these are the values of the angles which was asked. So the value of OAB was, OABO was 30 degree and the value of angle CBO was 35 degree. Let's move on to the next question, number 2. They have asked us to find the value of AOC, that means this angle. So we'll see one thing, that AOC is an angle which is subtended by the arc AC, right? AC is the arc which is subtending this angle at the center. So AC is also subtending another angle on the circumference. Which angle? ABC, isn't it? See, the arc AC is subtending an angle ABC on the circumference. How much is the angle? Let us add up the values and find out. So angle ABC is equal to 30 degree plus 35 degree. So we are getting 65 degree. So if that value is 65 degree, what will be the value of angle AOC? It will be twice that of 65 degree, because we know that if an arc subtends an angle at the circumference, it will be half of the angle which it will subtend at the center. At the center, the angle will be doubled, right? So the value of angle AOC will be equal to 2 into 65 degree. That means 130 degree. You have to write in the reason that angle subtended by an arc on the circumference is half of the angle subtended on the center. So please make sure that you are writing the reasons, because there is marks for these reasons. So I hope this question is also clear. Let me erase the things which I have written in the figure so that you can understand the next question now. Now let's move on to the last question. We have to find the value of angle EC, this angle. Okay, the value of angle AOC was 130 degree, we just saw. We know one thing, that the radius and the tangent are perpendicular. So these two angles will be at 90 degree. Angle OAT and angle OCT, they are both 90 degree each. And also in a quadrilateral, we know that the sum total of all the angles is equal to 360 degree. So the sum total of the angle AOC and T in the quadrilateral AOCT, they will give 360 degree as the sum total. So let us consider the quadrilateral AOCT. So although quadrilateral is not a part of the syllabus of class 10, but since you have learned about quadrilateral in 8 and 9, so it is very important that you retain it in your memory, because it will help you to do these questions. So we have 130 degree plus, let me take this as x, plus 90 degree plus 90 degree plus x is equal to 360 degree. The reason will be that angle sum property of a quadrilateral. Now if you solve this equation, you will get the value of x as 50 degree. So the value of angle ATC is 50 degree. So this is the answer. So I hope you have understood whatever we have done today. In the next session, we are going to finish this question paper, and then we are going to start with some other subject. Whatever doubts you have, you can mail it in the email given in the description box, or if you face any difficulty in solving any other question which you have in your book or elsewhere, you can also send us your doubts in the email. So let us finish the class for now. Keep studying, because your exams are knocking at your door now. Keep working hard and you're going to really get very good marks. Thank you for listening patiently to me. Bye bye.